Hello, my name is Giles Matthey, and I'm doing an interview for Newsbees, a new channel that's going to be wonderful, so you should check it out. Definitely. I think I have a few. I'd say I have about three, four. One, not many people have heard of. A lady from the 1940s and 50s called Kim Stanley. She was incredible. And then people would have heard of Anthony Hopkins, Mark Rylance, and Daniel Day-Lewis. I try and watch everything they do. On the flight back from my most recent little vacation, I was obsessed with Daniel Day-Lewis so much that I watched Phantom Thread on the plane on the way out, and then on the way back in, I just skipped to all of his scenes. And then I thought, what else? Oh, I'm just going to remove the audio so I can't hear what's actually being said. I'm just going to watch his behavior. So, yeah, that's a few. Quite a few at different times of my life, I'd say. But I would say that Robin Williams, definitely. He kind of showed me that if he, being who he was and who he is, a legend, if he can be really nice and not have an ego and not think that he's a movie star or think that he's more important and that there's a hierarchy on a set, if he doesn't have that, that taught me, no one has a right to make people feel inferior and cliquey and things like that. So I think he taught me gave me a lot of strength to see that, actually. And professionally, Robert Carlyle taught me a lot on Once Upon a Time, just when you're smashing out scenes and how to help and support your scene partner. Like, he slapped me in the face, didn't even warn me during a scene. This was not just because he's angry at me, but that all he said was, "I'm going to surprise you this one, okay?" And we're in a working environment that we both felt very safe and we were very relaxed with each other, so it was cool. And yeah, so those two, I think, have both helped a lot. Yeah. I would say, apart from Kim Stanley, who's dead, I would say, my God, if I could work with Anthony Hopkins, if I could work with Mark Rylance or Daniel Day-Lewis, or even Christopher Nolan, director, oh my God, my life would be complete, I think. But I would also be really scared and really in awe. Those are the only people I genuinely think that I would be starstruck by meeting and working with. I was a little bit starstruck with Robin Williams, but if I got to work with those few, oof, yeah, that's a strong list of names. I think that the mental game is really hard, and sometimes you're on top and you think that there's nothing that's going to stop you and you're untouchable and it's all going to plan and this is amazing and it's so easy. But in an instant, not only can you be humbled because, oh my God, hang on, that was rubbish. I was the worst actor in the world just then. You can be humbled in a scene very quickly after thinking that you're Marlon Brando. And then in the actual industry itself, the mental side of rejection and constantly being told no, and then, oh, I wonder if that's because they think I'm bad, or, oh, I wonder if that's because they're like supermodels and they're really handsome, or, oh, I wonder if there's just so much. And the truth is, sometimes it's as arbitrary as, oh, they've They've got brown eyes. And that's all it was. And you're just thinking, yeah, so it's arbitrary. That's a hard thing to deal with sometimes. I would love to do that. I auditioned way back in the day for that Andrew Garfield, Mel Gibson directed. I can't remember what that movie was. He played a medic. I auditioned for a few roles in that, and I thought, oh, it's going to be my chance to use my Australian passport. But it didn't happen. So, but yeah, that would be lovely. I'd love to do that. You know, the only thing I ever started writing was a script about ISIS. And so my dog is having a domestic argument. I tried writing a script about ISIS and about these two brothers, and it was all gonna, one got turned, he got radicalized and became a member, and then one was a journalist whose job it was to kind of find him and stuff like that. And I started writing that, and then I realized, slowly but surely, just falling into so many cliches. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, I wouldn't watch this. It's so predictable. And you've had one half good idea, and I thought I could do it. This would be easy. But no, it was really hard, and I was rubbish and just fell into all of the same cliches. And that remained unfinished. And directing, yeah, it's I don't know. I almost think, who am I to tell anyone how to do their job? But I don't have my own vision as a director, so I think it's very hard to tell someone what to do and how to do it. But then again, a director's job isn't necessarily to do that. I don't know. Sometimes you work on a job and the director doesn't direct. They just let you get on with it. So maybe I'd be like that. The question, I think the answer is, I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. It's a good crossover question. I would say Prince Charming. I'd say Prince Charming, because when you're a part of the community, everything is sparkly clean and there isn't really a worry in the world and everything's good and life is easy and it's charming and it's creepy. Anyone that's too nice is a little bit creepy, I think. Josh Dallas was insanely creepy. No, he was lovely and very good humor. Yeah, I'd say Prince Charming. That's I've been in touch with one of the producers, well, a few of the producers who are friends at this point, and they have said, oh, we're trying to get a sequel going. Whether I'll be involved, I mean, I should be involved. They'd be idiots if they didn't involve me. I'm joking. But no, hopefully, I'd love that. That would be really fun, because I remember doing that film for about £10. It wasn't that, but it was not a lot of money. And I remember thinking, you know what, at least I'm getting to act. I'm sure nothing will really happen with this film, but I really am having such a good time. And then it did really well on Netflix, and way more people saw it than I thought they would. So I'd love to be part of that again if the sequel does happen. It definitely should, I think. Yeah. It depends if I like what I've done. Sometimes I like my performance and I'm thinking, yes. But a lot of the time I'm thinking, burn my eyes with acid. But yeah, no, it does depend. It does depend. Some work I'm more proud of than others. And sometimes some scenes I really enjoy. I'm like, oh, that was a good scene, well done. And then the next scene, I'm like, that was awful. You should quit and sell your body to the streets. I would say Boulevard. Say Boulevard just because I put a lot of character work into that, and it was just nice to see it all come together and actually have it resulted, because you can do all the preparation in the world sometimes and it be, oh, that wasn't as, it didn't come through as I thought it would. So yeah, I recently did one episode of a cool TV show written by J.K. Rowling, actually, who went under the name of Robert Galbraith. She did a book series about this. I think he is a investigative journalist, or he's something. But he is tasked with finding out what happened with the murder years ago, and I play the girl who got murdered's boyfriend, kind of lover. So it was the first sex scene I ever did, which was interesting, and it was good. I had such a good time, and it was really fun to. I'm not in it for a long time, but it was really fun to get back on the horse after COVID, and also I was meant to be filming in Italy when COVID happened, and that ruined that. So it was really nice to get back out there, and that's called Strike. I don't know when it's coming out, and and then just auditioning. It's between City and Liverpool, and I think that that's a good question. I think City will win. Favorite thing to do to pass time? Sometimes it's, well, very recently, it was reading, but hopefully I'll be able to keep on reading. But I would say I play a bit of PlayStation. I do play a bit of FIFA. I do. We're yet to have a game, but I would say, or watching reality TV or documentaries. I like real life stuff, even if it's trash. I like watching documentaries or trash reality TV. Oh, that's a good question, and I would say, oh God, I mean, I would say either Iago from Othello. He's a villain, but really interesting as well, because we're not sure if he's gay. We're not sure what his true motives are. And then when he gets caught and found out, and he's asked the question, basically, why did you do it? And he says, from this moment on, I will not speak. And you're just like, you're a bastard. You won't even tell us why. And I think that's really, it's way more interesting than, TV and film these days, when everything is delivered perfectly with a bow on it. Oh, 100%. I was hoping he would have been. But I think that because it was season 7, there were so many loose ends to tie up, and so many unresolved storylines. I think, and kind of more integral to the show's identity, to what the story is, that I arrived quite late in the whole series, and as a result, I think there was less priority. But I would have loved it. Yeah, I would have. loved it than a sort of montagey thing. I would have loved to have actually found out what did happen to him, but apparently he just went off and did his own wizard school. Basically, he went to Hogwarts, and what happened then? He could have turned out to be a nasty guy. Could have turned out to learn like the worst spells and come back as a nasty guy again and being like, I know you thought I was bad last time and then I was turned good, but I'm actually really bad and you're all going to die. That would be a bit heavy for Disney. A bit heavy, but, you know, I would have liked that.